Here we go. A chugga chugga. A chugga chugga. A choo choo. Sorry, I have allergies.
Rather listen to chugga chugga choo choo.
Fuck you!
Yep. Sayonara, Brilla.
Alright, here we go. See if plus how I've said it. So we're
At 300. What? Makes no fucking sense.
To stop the formation rolling backwards, we will need to apply the throttle while the brakes are still applied. If you apply power too quickly, the wheels will slip. Now, slowly release the brake. If you are struggling for grip, apply sand to increase traction. God damn, that looks so good! I've played this with you before, I think. One of them, because this looks very, very familiar. I might have, yeah. Congratulations! You have reached the summit of Sherman Hill. As we start our descent, we'll need to switch to dynamic brakes to control our speed. Dynamic brakes allow the locomotives to control their speed while going downhill without causing excessive wear. Well done. That concludes today's training.
That's smarter. Oh, wow. At some point, we're gonna get a fucking train route. Whoa. Don't do this to me. Shit.
do. I know it.
How to change my damn camera. Hold on. Tools. Gamepad control. Excuse me, sorry.
I'll be right back, okay?
How the hell do you change the fucking camera? see the whole train. Wonder. Love it. So perfect. Oh, we're gaining. The hell is that? Look at that! What was that? Come on, baby.
That would be fun.
Sitting back, chilling. This is the nice life of being a train conductor. You know they be sitting in that fucking chair just like, ah. Sitting there out the windows, flicking cigarettes. So, on the right, we got bushes, grass. If you look really far out there, you can see horses and cows. But here's the great part. If you look over here, you have a whole city, you got a mountain, you got a whole battle. There's like a UFO trying to take over the city, and it's blowing up the bridge. Yeah.
What in the fuck are you even talking about? How the fuck am I still at 11 miles?
Choo-choo!
Oh wow, it just switched.
Why am I not allowed to open that door?
Hello.
Okay.
What's going on?
Nothing. Just trying to finish up work. What's going on with you?
10 miles away from my destination.
Nice.
I wish I could get it to go faster.
I know, right?
It's at max throttle.
Tim Allen, that shit. R. More power.
all right. Ugh. We'll get there eventually. Come on, baby. All right. 7 miles away.
7?
It's gonna come down to slowing this thing down within that mile. This thing's gonna take over a mile to slow it down.
Don't you have to, like, transport stuff from one trailer to the other trailer and connect the trailers and stuff like that when you get to your destination?
No, that's the other game.
Okay, that's the one that I remember playing.
We can't play that one together. That one's not single, or that one's single player.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember.
I like playing that one, but it doesn't get this crazy. You can connect your train cars, I believe, on this one, but it's
Okay.
not like the same.
30-year-old trains battle weather-beaten tracks.
วันนี้มีนิดหน่อยคือฝนตกนะครับ
Battle through complete chaos. I've never seen anything like this. And the most
Wow, they really put their
challenging terrain.
produce right on the fucking road.
These trains show what it truly means to be mighty.
Mighty.
Kingdom of Thailand, famous for tropical beaches, holy temples, and vibrant street life. It's the exotic jewel of Southeast Asia, and there's no better way to see it than by train. We're gonna cross a ton of different landscapes on this journey, so we're almost at the station and I can't wait to jump on my first train. My 4-day, 1,300-kilometer journey starts here.
Can you imagine if they put
station in
That's
Surat
map in the game?
Thanks.
Hundreds of thousands.
For the first leg of my
Next
trip,
train
I'm
trip.
heading out along the shores of the Gulf of Thailand to the sprawling metropolis of Bangkok.
Just so realistic.
From there, I'll head north
Insanity.
again through Lopburi in Thailand's central plains.
It is. It's just not an
climbing
open
into
world.
the peaks of the Thai highlands,
Love it.
the ancient city of Chiang Mai.
I wish it was. Maybe one day they'll make it like
There are
the
a dozen
group.
trains that take passengers to Bangkok every day. When you get to the
That
station,
should
it's a
be
bit of a
wild.
rush. You've only got a few minutes to grab your stuff and get on board. The state runs
This
the
right here
trains in
gives me
Thailand.
anxiety, like,
They
I
have
just wanna push the
250
gas.
locomotives in their fleet.
It's full throttle.
Most are at least
I'm
40
sure
years
it is.
old,
It's
but
great.
they're workhorses.
It's
Exactly
behind
what's
the wall.
needed to battle Thailand's punishing terrain and weather. Made in France, this Alstom locomotive is 16.2 meters long, 3.9 meters high, and 2.8 meters wide. It's powered by a 2,400 horsepower diesel-electric engine. It'll be pulling 6 carriages with 138 passengers.
Oh shit.
With a top speed of only 95 kilometers an hour, Thai trains aren't built for speed, more like tanks ready for battle. Just left the train station in Surat, taking our time getting out of town. Soon we'll be up at a much faster clip, and we've got a long way to go. My journey starts on Thailand's southern line. At over 1,000 kilometers, it's the longest in the entire country. Southern Line was completed in the early 1920s. It connected Bangkok, Singapore, and Malaysia, and it resulted in the first real tourist boom for Thailand. But it's not just tourists riding the train. Third-class carriages are most popular with locals and backpackers. There's no assigned seats and just a rickety fan blowing hot air. But fares are cheap. A third-class ticket from Surat to Bangkok will set you back 217 Thai baht, just over $9 Canadian. Lots of different classes and types of cabins on this train, so the seating in each are often very different. Second class appeals to the flashpacker set. Travelers willing to spend more for comfortable seating and air conditioning. A ticket here will cost you almost 28 Canadian dollars. As far as first class, well, there is none. 50 million people ride these trains every year.
I want all the passengers to enjoy their trip.
To handle the sheer volume of riders, 30-year-old carriages, once deemed obsolete, are refurbished.
We're focused on passengers, safety, and the integrity of the carriage structure.
Every 4 years, carriages are given a major overhaul at the Makassan Depot in Bangkok. A massive workshop
Just watch
the
the
size
train.
of almost 3,000 regulation tennis courts.
Trains, and more trains.
We cut out and scrape off the old rusted panels, put new panels on, and weld and grind them so it's ready for putty coating and new paint. By overhauling them, we can extend their lifetime for another 4 years.
Despite their age, the refurbished carriages come out looking brand new and ready to go back out on the line. 90% of Thailand's rail lines are single track, meaning trains traveling in different directions and at different speeds all have to share the same line. It's a complicated dance, coordinated out of Central Train Control in Bangkok.
At the CC, we deal with many trains from the different lines.
Thailand's rail network is made up of 5 different lines. Busier routes around the capital city of Bangkok are tracked by computer-controlled signals and train locators.
For example, line number 112 is currently 3 minutes behind schedule.
For the other 90% of the lines, technology isn't as advanced. To track trains in these areas, including the one we're on now, traffic control staff calls stations and drivers directly. Routes are plotted out with graph paper and rulers.
We have to stop according to the official track schedule.
With 300 passenger and cargo trips every day throughout the country, even the tiniest mistake or miscommunication can turn deadly.
If something happens like an accident, we cannot control it, and sometimes they crash.
In 2009, 7 people were killed and 88 injured when a driver on a northbound passenger train fell asleep, missed a signal, and collided head-on with a southbound freight train. The track was so badly damaged that train service from Bangkok along the southern line was cut off for days.
Everyone was affected, whether it was continuing on with their daily chores or commuting.
In remote rural areas where there are no signals, drivers have to grab a right-of-way token to be allowed to drive on the section of track ahead.
We have the right of way for this section of the rail till the next station. We're the only train traveling on this section.
If there's no token available, the driver has to stop at the next pullover to wait for the track to clear.
This is to prevent any collisions.
When the right-of-way train gets to the next station, the driver drops off the token for the next available train to pick up. As we get ready to pull into Champong Station, right now I'm on the hunt for something to eat.
That's wild.
I get to see another Thai train tradition. Food vendors coming right up to the windows. If you do get off to buy something, be careful. The train doesn't stop for long, and you don't want to be left behind. Almost didn't make it there. 400 kilometers south of Bangkok, we're traveling along the Gulf of Thailand, an area that relies heavily on tourism and agriculture.
Now we're in the south of the country. It's flat, mostly rice fields and forest.
Vegetation in this tropical climate grows fast. So fast that even in between trimmings, it can overtake the tracks. That uproots rails, throwing everything off level. Not only does this mean a bumpy ride, undercarriages take such a beating that chassis have to be replaced every year.
Come on, game.
These are locomotives. They're scheduled to overhaul.
During this annual 2-day maintenance, the engine carriage and chassis of the locomotive are separated. The engine is serviced while the chassis gets a complete overhaul.
What we are doing here is taking the chassis apart. We repair the equipment, repair the frame, weld, grind, and put it all back together.
Damn.
Over 1,000 workers focus on keeping all locomotives and carriages rail ready.
It's
Even
still
with
spawning.
regular maintenance, driving one of these powerful machines is
All right,
a
we gotta start
challenge,
slowing down.
especially in monsoon season.
It's raining and there may be flooding ahead.
Monsoon season can last up to 5 months, battering rail lines with tropical storms, gale force winds, and flash floods.
The rain is not heavy yet. I think we can pass through it.
As day turns to night, the rain gets heavier. Train staff are on high alert, but their tools are extremely low tech.
I'm using a flashlight to check the water level along the rail to see if the level of the water is getting higher.
When traveling across flooded tracks, the faster the speed, the higher the water kicks up. If it splashes too high, it gets into the traction motors. That can cause a short circuit, stopping the motors and crippling the entire train.
The water is higher than 10 centimeters above the track. We have to stop, as the systems below the train are all electrical parts.
As water around the track rises, our train grinds to a halt. We're stranded in the middle of the Thai wilderness. Six hours into my trek across Thailand, torrential rains have stopped our train in its tracks. Causing alarm at traffic control.
For traffic control operations, flooding on a scale that stops the trains is one of the biggest challenges we face.
And dispatcher Purish has already experienced the worst in Thailand's history. In 2011, severe monsoons washed out nearly all of North and Central Thailand. More than 85% of the country was considered a disaster. 815 people died, and more than 13 million were affected.
It was a natural disaster that we will all remember.
Total damage to the rail lines was more than 125 million Canadian dollars. On our trek, the rain starts to let up, and we're given the go-ahead to start rolling again. We crawl ahead at a reduced speed, while the train crew prepares for higher water levels and worst-case scenarios.
We have to stop and coordinate with the station on how to evacuate the passengers and get them to their destinations.
Hanya is the train master. He supervises the entire train and the cardmen who work under him.
I have to check the tickets and give the signals at the station for passengers to get on and off. I have to take care of the safety of the passengers and make sure everything is in order.
We're making our way slowly into Bang Sapan, 7 hours
Yeah,
south
we are.
of Bangkok. It's partway through our trip. We're just coming up to a station here. We're about to stop. With passengers and local villagers using the station as shelter from the rains, the cardmen's job is complex. And you know, it's interesting traveling around the world by train. It's incredible how fast and easily we get from station to station. To overcome language barriers with international passengers, cardmen rely on a simple two-color system.
Now we're giving the red signal for passengers to get on and off. When all the passengers have boarded, then I will give the green light signal.
Blink and you can miss the green light, not to mention the train entirely. We've actually got to get back on now because we're about to go.
Come on,
Not only do cardmen have to worry about leaving passengers behind, they also ensure their comfort. Hello. 29.
You have sleeping now later?
Oh yes, perfect, great. Option on late and overnight trips for travelers like Alan, a an American expat who does business throughout Thailand.
So when I'm in country,
Can you hear me?
the train, I just
can hear you.
the train. So I get to where I'm going, I'm all refreshed. I've had a nice
again?
afternoon, evening.
I have to call my papa.
Yeah.
Get up in the morning, ready to go.
We're pulling up to the siding right now.
Okay.
Or adventures.
Yeah, we'll go right in.
Our new driver, Banjert, is behind.
Stop to let passengers on and off at each station.
แล้วก็ยังมีป้ายหยุดรถที่มีมากเป็นพิเศษ
One of those passengers is Ham.
Have any technology like the present day.
Yeah. In the late 19th century, King Rama V wanted to unite the country with a national rail line. Progress was slow. Today, the train is one of the most popular ways to travel throughout Thailand. Maintaining the lines is a tough.
Put mobilize, change the new rail, and then daily maintenance before the train coming.
The first priority is doubling up the track.
This is all the projects, they welded welded rail in the yard. This one we can just drop 25-meter rail and continuously weld it. Well, the first step is up there where we grind the rail. That's to give it good electrical contact. Then we come here, we set up the rail, give it a little slight peak up, about 0.8 of a mil, then drop the head on it and close the head, then it starts welding. It sends electrical current to each rail, one negative, one positive, uses them, forges them together.
Upset or excess metal is then trimmed off and given time to cool down. Take a minimum of 7 years to get dual track laid across the entire country.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
There are over 100 derailments a year in Thailand, mostly due to damaged rail. Existing tracks are checked by permanent way inspectors.
If the wheels were not changed and reprofiled, it would create grooves on the rails and cause accelerated wear on the wheels. It could cause the wheels to break and cause severe safety issues.
ก็ทำให้ตัวล้อเนี่ยสึกหลอมไปด้วย
The computerized lathe is so accurate, it profiles wheels to the correct diameter within 0.15 millimeters, essentially the thickness of 2 pieces of paper.
ซึ่งเครื่องเนี้ยสามารถทำได้
At full efficiency, this machine can process 24 wheel axles.
2 เดือนครับ
They do such a good job that it's been smooth running on our train. But as we get... I'm on a once-in-a-lifetime train journey through Thailand. After it was bombed by the U.S. in World War II.
Oh, we're coming up on it right now. Yeah. This bridge connects between Northern Line and Southern Line together.
Bangkok is one of the most visited cities in the world. More tourists come here than London, Paris, New York, or Dubai.
It was great riding the rails with you, Ham. Yeah, it's much. This is the new spot. It's a little further from the trains, but they kept the name. What is this here?
This one is silkworm. Silkworm.
What is that, crickets? What does it taste like when it's fully cooked?
Surprise.
Surprise? Okay. All right, surprise. It's really well seasoned. It's very nice. Yeah, it's great. It's really good.
By belt, I'm at Thonburi Station in Bangkok. This excursion train will take deep in history, and it's a really brutal history. During their occupation of Thailand in World War II, Japan forced
Why
allied
do I get
POWs
fucked
and
over
civilian
in every
workers to
single
build a
video
450
game? Not on every
Forced
single
laborers
one of
died
these.
constructing this part of the track.
For real, dude.
It's known as the Death Railway.
Them-
Tell me about the conditions that these POWs and forced
I
laborers
really don't want to do
under
this
while they
mission
were
again.
They die because of many ways. Yeah, they die because of no food enough, no drink, no medical care. And they have to work hard, overload. Yeah, at least 16 hours a day. Most of them die because of disease and they're weak. The Japanese force them to work too much.
In sweltering temperatures, workers were forced to do 6 years worth of... Passengers from all over the world get off the train at the infamous bridge on the River Kwai to pay their respects. Why is it so important to come here and bear witness to history and find out about what happened?
All of the people who died
Fuck
along
you,
the
dude.
railway,
We didn't
they
wanna
are
fucking
our
smoke you
heroes.
anymore.
We respect them a lot.
We came here today to leave a cross in remembrance of an ancestor of mine, my grandma's
Fucking shit
brother.
fucking game, dude.
He died working on the railway.
You know, I come from a military family. Both my grandfathers fought in the Second World Wars. I've wanted to see this my whole life, and actually being here, seeing it physically there is
Please, just
Leaving
let me play the
Canterbury,
fucking
we're heading
game.
east back towards Bangkok. We'll stop at a busy market that the train drives right through 4 times a day.
Just minutes. ผ่านโค้งเนี่ยถึงแล้ว
Oh my god, whatever, dude. Close the game before I fucking put my fist through the fucking screen!
Lined up to get photos. Just a minute ago, this was an active, bustling market.
Shut the